Well, it says we're live. Live.
Coffee time, my dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's listen to some jazz and rhyme and have a cup of coffee. Let me show a little coffee house I know where all the new bohemians go to have a cup of coffee. Greeting time, music box is beating time. It's good old fashioned meeting time. So grab a chair and dig me there. Cause that's just the place that I'm at. Coffee time. My dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's sing this silly little rhyme and have a cup of coffee. Hey, greeting time. That music box is beating time. It's good old fashioned meeting time. So save me a chair. I'll see you there. Cause that's just the place that I'm at. Coffee time. My dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's sing this silly little rhyme and have a cup of coffee. We'll have a cup of coffee. Just a little bit of Java. Yeah, we'll have a cup of Joe. Don't you know? Cause it's coffee
Because it's
time.
coffee time. I'm happy. A super happy Wednesday. Wednesday, halfway through the week. Hump day. Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip. Excuse me. Totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. Getting around, getting up, all that jazz. So yeah, I just be hanging out this morning. This weekend, I'll be heading to my mom's on Saturday. I know I keep talking about that. But Saturday, I'll be heading to my mom's on Saturday morning. Getting a little warm in here. I had to turn down the heater. Sipping on coffee. Mmm, good stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a Wednesday, getting closer to the weekend. It got cold yesterday in my neck of the woods. Got like super duper cold. The day started off like in the mid to upper 50s, and then a little bit of a drizzly rain, a misty rain came in about 10:30ish, and kind of let up around noon, just long enough I can go throw some disc golf. And then the cold front came in, got super duper cold. By the time I left work, it was 29 degrees out with the wind chill factor in the teens. So it was cold. It was definitely cold. Mmm. And it's good coffee. That is definitely good coffee. But I slept pretty decent last night. Pretty decent. Had stuff on my brain. Always seems like here lately I got stuff on my brain. Speaking of stuff on my brain, this morning, like I said, I've had a lot on my brain. I have, and especially here lately. And it seems like when it comes to the the dating scene, the female scene, yours truly has definitely been out of the loop and all that jazz. And I don't know. Anywho, with that thought, here's some Pink Floyd this morning. The Wall. Mother.
Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll like this song? Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls? Mother should have built the wall. Mother, should I run for president? Mother, should I trust the government? Mother, will they put me in the firing line? Is it just a waste of time? Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna make all of your nightmares come true. Mama's gonna put all of her fears into you. Mama's gonna keep you right here under her wing. She won't let you fly, but she might let you sing. Mama's gonna keep baby cozy and warm. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. 'Cause Mama's gonna help build the wall. Mother, did it need to be so high?
Little Pink Floyd. Little Pink Floyd, The Wall this morning. That was from the Wall album, Mother, the name of the song. Just a weird Wednesday. Not so much a bad Wednesday, just a weird Wednesday. It's a weird Tuesday yesterday for me. It's been a weird one. Weird lately, in fact, because you know, I'm trying to figure out in my head where I want to take, myself. Like, where does my next step in life and journey go? And that's what everybody in life is doing, Like they're trying to figure out the same thing. And I understand that. Me, I guess I'm a little different because I share my life a little bit different, to the world. But it's amazing, how a person is willing to change their whole existence, way of life, way of thinking over a person, over an idea, over an object. And I've been really thinking about that, like my whole trip in my head is I want to get out of the van to get an apartment because it's getting different, like this is my third winter in the VW bus, by myself. Yeah, I had Ranger. Ranger was my companion, my buddy, you know. Kind of kept me balanced. But I think it's more of the human interaction. Specifically, the female human interaction is I'm starting to miss. Like I was explaining to a friend, it's like I miss cooking for somebody. I miss barbecuing. I miss watching movies. Like in front of the TV, Netflix. I miss that stuff with a female companion. And I guess that's my biggest struggle in my head, to climb out of the VW and give me my own place. The thought freaks me out. The thought freaks me out in many, many ways. A, I'm kind of scared to change my lifestyle because I like the simple lifestyle. I like I don't know. I like the peace of mind. I like how everything makes sense to me. And here lately, when I start thinking about getting my own place, a house, an apartment, or hanging out with, or dating, you know, it seems like my mind and my head and my feelings Go light speed, and it's crazy. Let me get some old coffee because this is the last of the Pinky Pigloo Winter Wonderland groovy coffee, and it is very groovy. I've enjoyed her coffee that she sends me. I got a special stash back of her coffee. It was the last coffee she sent me when Mr. Ranger Dog was still alive. In fact, it was the day before he passed. But I'm also been kicking around another idea. It's a freaky idea. I'm starting to think I think too much and therefore I talk too much there because of what I think, overthinking. And I feel like, maybe I need to change my life in another direction. But if I was to do that direction, I don't know if we would be hanging out very much, you and I. When I'm talking about you and I, the YouTube friends. Because my life would change so dramatically that I couldn't have access to digital things. But these are choices and options in my life I have to choose, and I have to make pretty quick. You just don't want to be there in life and be a lump on the log and just be chilling and growing moss, because that's not, at least that's not how I am. I like to have dirt underneath my feet, green grass to hang out in. I dig that. I don't know. My life's different. Changes every day. I try to keep it simple. I definitely don't know what to do. But a lot of it boils down to you know, I'm one of a kind. Maybe that's why my past relationships haven't worked. You know, maybe eventually who's ever with me at the time gets it in their head, because they figure out our heads ain't in the same place, because my head's always in another place. It really is. I always think a few steps ahead and try to think a few minutes ahead into the future, pre-plan for certain things, even though I let life go as life happens. But I try to think about my future now, even more so the past few years. Because the future is not written in stone. It's what we want to make it. It's like a big clay model. You can just mold it and shape it to your suit and your feelings, but you have this thing called fate or a higher power or whatever you want to call it at the great controls of the great whatever. We have our free will to mold, to shape our future into whatever we desire. And that's what I'm trying to keep grasp of. Good coffee. Good coffee this morning by Pinky Pigloo and her Pinky Piglooness. I agree. I dig it. I dig it a lot. It's a Wednesday, halfway through the week, closer to the weekend. It's a wacky Wednesday, that's for sure. I'm gonna officially call it here. Is a lasty cup call? Last cup call. Last cup call. Maxwell, the coffee maker. Thanks, man. You're always here. You just do what you do, man. Thank you. That's my dealio in life. And I try to stay positive on certain things, like when it comes to, like I said, the relationships and females and whatnot. And I don't want to get jaded, because sometimes I think, even Superman is not good enough for women today. Sometimes, like, if that makes sense. Because it seems like even Superman can lose a good woman. But that's just me and my perspective. It's my opinion. And we all are open to our opinions in life. And that's the groovy thing about free will and free opinions. I dig that. That's why I like my channel and giving this VW bus a chance to spread itself to the world, to bring people together, because it is a unique VW. And I get the opportunity to live in it. That's what I'm having a hard time, folks, is I have the opportunity to live in something very special that's given a lot to me. And me by just crawling out of it because I want to make myself more appealing to people, because I don't live in a van. Feels like I'm letting it down, letting her down, because to me, my bus has always been a her. She's never had a name. I have a good friend, call her Pearl, the Pearl. But she's never had an official name. It's just been the old VW bus. Always the old VW bus. Did I turn off the coffee maker? Yeah, sounded like the coffee maker was still on. That was weird. So yeah, I have a lot of choices I'm making, and I don't know what to do. I wish it was easy for me. As much as I talk about, the things I do, and I try to sit back and think about these little simple weird moments like now. But that's why I keep trucking. I keep trucking. In the spirit of the Grateful Dead, I keep trucking. I wake up every morning, I start my coffee, get my day started, and hang out with you folks. That's why it would be hard to make a choice to leave YouTube. It would be very hard. Anywho, here's some Spirit, or Sage in Spirit by the Grateful Dead. Thanks for hanging out this morning, everybody. It's been most excellent. Don't forget tonight we'll be hanging out here in the old VW bus. 8:15 here in the Central Standard Time. 9:15 over there in Eastern Time. They're on the East Coast. All that jazz. That'd be 6:15 over there in Los Angeles. And there on the West Coast. That's this evening. We'll be hanging out in the old VW bus. Doing some chit-chatting. I appreciate you folks for coming in today. That will be popping in and out through the day. And through eternity and beyond that too. There's a little Sage in Spirit by the Grateful Dead. Until tonight, like I said, stay tuned for my live stream. I won't be having a Type 2 daily edited vlog. It'll be a Type 2 live stream is what it would be, basically. It would be Westy Wednesday. It is a Westy Wednesday evening tonight in VW bus tonight. So we'll hang out this evening, my friends. I will see you this evening. As always, be kind to one another. Love one another. Be grateful for every single moment of the day. Because it's hard. Hey, trust me. But then I got to sit back and think. And then I talk to my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. I love you guys. Peace, love, and Volkswagen.